All right, guys. This is the first video, the very first one. I'm used to doing a podcast, but I'm going to try this one on for size. Welcome to the very first commentary of Ghost Cove Drive-In. Definitely going to have some fun with this little video that I picked out, mainly because of the fact that it's my favorite film of all time. But at the same time, it's like there's going to be, hopefully, maybe I can, look at it and maybe there's some new stuff in there I haven't seen before. Highly doubt it. But, to pick one is very, very easy. I figured it was very easy to pick Christine. And Christine is definitely one of those films that you just love it. The car, the cast, soundtrack, all of that, So pretty much you're not just watching a movie. You're stepping into the fire, basically. And that's pretty much what we got going on. Transfer. It's all about transformation, but because mainly the story isn't really about horsepower into a machine. It's about what happens when something pretty much just takes control of you, and that's pretty much one of the hearts of horror, of course. I'm not cutting away. Okay. I'm not censoring the experience. Not doing any of that. It's uncut commentary, raw in real time, exactly how it was meant to be and felt. Also, if you want to go on my Patreon and check that out, that's where you'll get the full experience. If you're watching this on YouTube, you're probably going to get about a 45 minute experience. But hey, watch along, hook up with the commentary on your own time, and that's good. You'll see a little countdown clock at the bottom, and we'll watch along as it is, the full experience. Just go over to the Patreon, drop a couple of dimes in the slot. Boom, you're ready to go. It's going to be a work in progress, basically. So I want everybody here to kind of understand that, certain things are going to look a certain way and certain things are not going to look a certain way. So I want everybody to understand that it's going to sound a certain way. It's going to act a certain way. So just understand that it's not all going to be what it is. But I know that you're definitely looking forward to this one. So let's go ahead and get some popcorn and drinks, whatever snacks you require, and let's go ahead and get into this bad boy. Columbia Pictures presents. I always like these. Starts out real quiet. Polar film. Oh, and that V right there is not from the front, by the way. That's from the side. That's a side ornament. Richard Corbett, John Carpenter, media horror extraordinaire. Got to put his name at the top of everything. Keith Gordon, John Stockwell, Alexander Paul, Robert Prosky. Got some names in here. Harry Dean Stanton. But I tell you what, it's like, the sound that you hear, it's a mix of the Plymouth itself. But not only is it a mix of the Plymouth itself, but it's a mix of a Shelby Cobra Mustang. And that's kind of a mix in, so we give it a little bit more power. Christine itself was basically a mix of all of the 57, 58, Plymouth, Belvedere, Savoy, Fury, all that. Fury was for a couple of close-up shots, but cannibalized a hell of a lot of them. The first film to have this track in it. Mm. Mm. Beautiful car. I got mine outside. She is sweet machine. Those are those Kmart mirrors that they used for the film. Never put your hand there. Mm. Ouch. And they don't have the stick prop ups. These cars don't have that, but you know, you can always purchase one. I don't know what day it's going to be. This is a wire factory during World War II. It's where they shot this. It was actually used for some of the shots in the movie. But man, it was a long building. It was they said it was so long they used it to fix up the cars and stuff like that. Man, good stuff. What are we looking at? It's quitting time shit. We got the hell out of there. Same street they shot Halloween on. Dennis himself. Arnie. Come on, Arnie. Don't be so can't be so goddamn picky. Arnie just doesn't have what it takes. He's he's out of step with everybody, basically. Ah, Kelly Preston. She died, unfortunately. Ta ta for now. Alexander Paul, of course, went on to do Baywatch, did some movies. No, it wasn't a good idea. I guess it wasn't. Don't close it. Ah, you closed it. Hell of a first day, basically. Was that the milk? Or was that the yogurt? It wasn't cold. Well, I had to deal with assholes like this. Assholes in the back. Ah, jeez, man. Look like look like that. Look like Chubby there. Fucking does just loved that a little too much. They started it, right? Of course they did. Hmm. Didn't flinch much. I remember a couple times in school had issues with guys like that, like fucking around with the teachers. Anyway, folded a little too easy. And off we go. I remember when I flew up to Montana to get to take a look at the one that I bought, and let me tell you something. I wasn't expecting that car to be there, and when I found out it was the, I saw it. I mean, it's basically like a turquoise color. She's in good shape though. Still working on her though. I don't know. Honestly, I'd have to get the parts off of it. The parts on these cars are extremely expensive, and the people let it rust out in the fucking sun, and they want to charge you eat shit dumbass prices for it. Yeah. Mm-mm. Boy, you don't know how to do business, Arnie. Never do that. The book and the movie are completely different. Bill Phillips, who had to adapt the book for the movie, I remember him saying a movie is a 2-hour experience, Christine, and a book is a 20-hour experience. So they did some back and forth stuff with this. Can't argue with that. In this day and age, you might get lucky. Thing is that in the book, the owner sold it to Arnie. This not, and this is the brother of the owner. Shitter. That's right. No, it's not. Oh, beautiful. Nope. That car is in shit shape. She's beautiful though. You just gotta look. You just gotta look at underneath. Exhaust hose. Foreshadowing. His way or the highway. Oh boy. Ignoring the parents. Bonnie Ray. Yeah, somewhat true. Yeah, hey man, he just offered you a good deal. Of course. No, I'm the only person in the universe that doesn't like music or dancing. Hmm. $1. That's right. Looking good. Not great, but close. Boom.
So it begins. Too close. It's stuck. There we go. Oh, man, oh, man. match is lit, basically. I mean, you imagine like me and you. We basically fucking put time, money, and our heart and soul into this. But imagine that car was your heart and soul, basically. It had it. Imagine that. Flipped out, definitely. But oh boy, Arnie. Can imagine talking to your parents this way? Never could. Okay. Oh, no way. See, for a while, I used to think like Arnie had like some kind of like control or like some kind of like supernatural thing where he grabbed the father. No, the father was just in shock. Oh, what's the heater heads? Those are no good. I mean, his parents were they weren't the greatest parents, but they tried their best. In the book, they were described as college professors, I think. If I don't ooh, what's going on here? Just do it off screen. Just the little things like that. I like it. Show me. Here we go. And the match is now on the gasoline. It's time. It's time. How they pulled this off, they put it and they had it being pulled in by basically these weights by high pressure and just pulled the car in and crushed it. And then they just put it in reverse. Looks pretty impressive. What's that? Sounds like Thurston Harris. All right. Not the brightest bulb. Of course not. Boom. Oh, hell. Jay definitely light on his feet. Of course, you're running for your life. Fucking hey, man. I'd be goddamn flying. And the windows are black. So who's in the car? Is it Christine or is it Arnie? My guess is this is Christine. Oh. Ow. Those days, can have beer in the hospital. Yeah. You look completely innocent, Arnie. Come on. Yeah, sure. Yeah, he don't believe you. I sure as hell wouldn't, based on his attitude. That's a breakup line. That's how things are. Oh man, probably no coming back from that. Oh yeah. Rolling Stones. Beast of Burden. Oh, she coming. She coming. Oh man. Boom. Hell yeah, man. That's what we get. Kaboom. One of the best shots of the movie right here. And there's nowhere to run. Nowhere to run. Damn. Got the worst death out of all of them. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, now what's going to happen now? I know. All right. You may want to go in and get him. This is definitely, I really like the mood of this. Because basically you have no idea what's about to happen. I mean, you might think something's going to happen. Of course, I wouldn't have touched that. But mainly it was like, what's in there? It's almost like he was lured in, basically. You'd want to think maybe this was a ploy by both of them, or just a happenstance that he just happened to see it. You never know. How comfy. Boom. Uh-uh. Creative. You'd want to think maybe this had something to do with setting Darnell up as a patsy, so Arnie looked innocent. But then again, what would Darnell get by killing those other boys? Ah, well, Arnie's definitely going with the fashion. Sure. Uh-oh. Hmm. She's restored. Uh-uh. All those days. See, Dennis is a bit of a rare breed almost. He'll play board games and all that, sort of like that jock attitude, where we didn't like, playing, games or doing that. We like to be outside hunting for chicks. But he definitely has a very interesting attitude. All these characters are memorable. They're memorable characters. Kevin Bacon was actually supposed to be in this, but then he got offered Footloose. He took Footloose instead of this, but I think it would have been interesting to see him in this. Plan, oh man. See, in the book, the car itself is possessed by the former owner, and he kind of sits in the back seat and kind of spurs on. But they stopped doing that because they couldn't do that because American Werewolf in London had came out, and they didn't want the two to coalesce. But then, I mean, but it worked out pretty good, honestly. I like how it just the car itself was haunted. And if you believe, like in the book, Arnie kind of dies sort of off screen, so to speak, just dies on a whim. They don't even really explain much of it, which I thought was very disappointing. But I saw the movie before I read the book. The book's still a great book. Two of the best books I've ever read: Christine and Pet Sematary. Of course, fucking Stephen King sold his soul, just like everybody else does. I mean, it'd be best if he tried to make it like it was in the book, but he'll do anything to kind of keep his brand up there. But the biggest critic of books and shit like that is the writer. So I got my Plymouth. I just need to fix it, you know. Southern Cross. You imagine your friends going down that dark path. And what sucks about this is that Halloween Ends tried to copy this. Jesus. It can. But isn't it? Arnie. I saw a guy that basically had a Plymouth and he etched Darnell's Tonight into the hood Why you would do that, I have no fucking idea. You must be really, really want that shit. But like, I just couldn't do that, honestly, for me. The Plymouth base, the 57 Plymouth is one of those cars from that generation. It was never really celebrated too much, but that car, the engine and the make and all the stuff involved in it was just grandiose, man. I mean, it was eaten up by Chevy and all that crap. But the Plymouth is just, I mean, you think about it, you think about the Plymouth, you think of Christine, and it's like an immortal thought now. And a lot of people want to fix them up to be Christine, but mm-hmm. Here we go. Oh, Yeah. There we go. Mm. Hmm. Interesting yell. Very interesting. Oh, what are we doing? Ah, Arnie. Oh, yeah. Pissed off like a motherfucker. All fixed. Whoa. Hmm. Yep. The love. Oh.
All zeros. Still going. Sorry. A Plymouth weighs close to 2 tons, so you can imagine how much weight that damn bulldozer is. Yep. Bye-bye. White walls, goodbye. Goodbye, lights. And complete. There it is, my friends. The end of Christine. Well, I've seen that movie so many times. It's my favorite movie of all time. So I figure I would start this whole process with this. You know, it's just one of those things. I love Christine. Christine just has, you got the soundtrack, you got the actors, you got the characters, you got the settings, you got the car, which is awesome. And I finally was able to get one of my own, and I'm fixing her up right now myself. But mainly, it's just, oh boy, it's just one of those films that, you think back, it had some of the best effects, had some of the best visual shots. And I think Carpenter and King were a match, especially back then. And you definitely had Bill Phillips, who wrote the screenplay. You just had, you had all these great actors, Keith Gordon, uh, Alexander Paul. You had all these great character actors, Brodsky, all of these guys that just mixed together, and it was just basically about, wouldn't say really a love story, but more or less like what happens if something is, you are like you are, and you don't fit in, but then you get that one thing where finally you do fit in. And when you finally do fit in, then what? And that's something that's just, haunts all of us. we're all haunted by a lot of those things. And it was just such an amazing movie. It came out in 83. I didn't see it until I think I was 4 or 5, I think. And it was just one of my all-time favorite movies. Definitely. I'm starting this Patreon thing up. I basically do it. I got my own podcast on Rumble, of course, The Dive with Charles Sherrod Jr., but this Patreon is a little bit different. Kind of we're going a certain route with this as well and mix it in with the show. So this is definitely one of those things that I'm kind of new at. So you go to the Patreon right now. You'll probably see the link at the bottom of the screen. I'm going to put all that in. Also, like, share, subscribe on YouTube. Like I say, we're up and coming right now. So we're going to start this. Also, the 3rd anniversary of the podcast, The Dive, is going to be this June 13th, technically. And it's going to be, an amazing show. If you like live shows, you're going to definitely love that show. And some of these videos will be in here. You can want the full commentary. We'll do that. I'm going to nail this down to about maybe a 30 or 40-minute video, put it up on YouTube. And, sign up, through a few bucks, it's not a lot of money, but definitely I know all of you out there, definitely if you're like me, you'd love some good kick-ass movies. Our next movie, I'll tell you what the next movie is eventually. And I will tell you up on Patreon as well. It's going to be, some good stuff. I got definitely some other good stuff happening as well. So I loved Christine. I love all this. I had to finish this in a hotel room, of course, because I travel. But I hope everybody, enjoyed the movie. Watch along with your, good stuff. Watch along with, people that you really care about. If you wanted more information, just let me know. And sign up, like, share, subscribe. It's all about it, man. All about it. Plus, we're getting into the summer. And the heat, feel the heat, man. It's going to be great. So I'm glad all y'all kind of tuned in for this. And if you, like I said, go to the Patreon, sign up now. It's going to be great. We got all kinds of giveaways and stuff. It's still keeps going. And I also post news stuff and all that other stuff there too. So if you enjoyed this, tune in for the next one. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. And I will see you next time, guys. Take it easy.